Today, we're going to talk about something nobody ever talks about. And it's something all TAC FPS players and even current routines out there forget to utilize. And that's reflexes. You see, peeking or being peeked is actually the most common type of combat in FPS games. But why don't we practice that? I see this all the time when I'm coaching. You have a guy who has no problem getting kills, as long as the information is always being presented. As soon as he gets caught off guard, his aim simply goes to shit. And in competitive games where getting caught off guard and nerves aren't uncommon, we never actually get to practice this surprise factor, as I like to call it. You see, most people go into a range like this one, or you go into an aim training scenario where it's all spelled out for you. Those static scenarios directly work your ability to handle situations where information is always being presented to you, and you have enough time to react. These sort of aim training scenarios forget the surprise factor completely. In most gunfights, you actually have a multitude of factors like movement, communication, and most importantly, you have this pop of information. You just have these milliseconds to react rather than a still picture that's already presenting you with the information you need. So how do we go about solving this? Let's dive into some live coaching and understand what I'm talking about. So if we dive... Okay, wait. So a pretty good start. So if we dive into something like this and you just start shooting people, this is pretty much like a normal static scenario, right? But you don't get to stare at somebody like this all the time. A real gunfight is like this, boom, and you peek and either you kill him or he kills you. It's just this, and that's it. Like boom, and then you're dead or he's dead. It's not this. You're just sitting staring at him. So are these types of scenarios completely useless? No, these types of scenarios actually work and help your aim. It's just that you neglect this part of not having any information and peeking. And I don't know that he's there, so the way I'm gonna approach this isn't like this. I know where he is. The way I'm gonna approach this is like this. Oh shit, I don't know who he is. Now I have to adjust and click. And a lot of you don't train that way because you train with all the information being presented to you. So you can use this in Valorant as well. But if you go to Kovacs for a second, we see a scenario called peek and click, and we'll go through some of the other scenarios here. And what this scenario essentially does is that it hides everything for you. So you peek and then you click, obviously. And this works that I have no idea. Now I don't know where the bot is. Is he going to be here? Is he going to be there or there? So now I peek, oh, he's there. So I'm kind of like frozen, and then I have to react instead of like a static scenario, which would just be like this, chin, 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 you know, and you would just obviously click everywhere. So that is one way to actually practice this so-called surprise factor. If you look at other things, see, a lot of people like these types of scenarios, like these reflex style of scenarios too, where the bot just pops up. And it's not completely bad either, but it is not ideal for a singular reason. You are expecting the bot to pop up somewhere, so you have this anticipation and you have this nerve of, oh, he's going to pick it there, he's going to peek there, and you're always ready for it. When we're trying to practice something you cannot be ready for. That is why the peek and click is way more effective, because you won't be as aware. But this is also a decent scenario, just don't make it too hard. Like some people go and they make it like this, and they make it like crazy hard. And I would say that this would hurt your aim more, because you're just like flicking like this, and you're just like doing that sort of shit. Don't do that. What we can also work is something like this. So these are some of my favorite scenarios, and it's called reflex firework flick. And the reason why this is very, very effective is because the scenario just pops. It just pops. And if you realize how the bot moves, or rather how you're caught off guard by this information, you can see that it's very similar to an actual gunfight, right? Because I have no idea which direction it's going to be. I have no idea how it's going to go or fly or whatever. It's just this boom, and I have to react to it. And that's exactly what we want. Something also very effective is this scenario. And if you notice, a lot of these scenarios are already in my Static God playlist. So you might think this is just a normal bot, right? But when I shoot him, he's going to be at a place that I don't know. He could go left now, he could go right. So I shoot him, you see? So I have to keep being caught off guard and being presented with new information all the time, as opposed to a very normal static scenario where I already have all the information. I know there's a bot here, there's a bot here, here. So I don't have to do anything different. I just have to, okay. It's not that this static scenario is wrong. It's just that you cannot only work this type of static and then expect that surprise factor, your movement and being caught off guard to also be worked. Another thing, and a little bit of a hidden tip that I will talk to you guys about, is actually movement tracking. Because so many people forget tracking, but more importantly, they forget the movement part of it. Because I see this mainly with Valorant players. This is how they aim. Wait. They see someone and then they do this. And it's like this, it's this uncorrelation between the, instead of, oh, I see someone and I move to him. You see how I'm moving with my mouse like this? A lot of Valorant players will move like this. And that creates inconsistency instead of moving like this. And always having, how do you say, if I hold A, my mouse is going in the opposite direction. And if I hold D, my mouse is going in the opposite direction. So I'm always fighting like this. And if there's a guy up there, I'm not just going to flick to him, I'm going to move and flick to him at the same time. And that is exactly what movement tracking works. It's not the fact that, oh, this is a way larger than a Valorant head and oh, this is not realistic. No, it's about putting your movement smoothly and fluently together so you can actually stay consistently on the head at all times. Obviously I'm shit, I haven't aim trained in a long time. Anyway, if you thought that was useful and you'd like to see more of these videos, I'm planning on doing a series where I'll go through all the major and popular games and maybe do playlists for them and break down certain techniques that exist. For example, like this, what we did with peeking and reflexes. So do tell me what you thought and tell me if you think it's a good idea that I should start a series based on different games and create playlists for them. Do consider signing up for my aim coaching.